Greetings, everyone. Welcome back to another edition of the Velvet Lounge Life. I am so kind of excited about the next few videos that will be coming your way. These will be intermixed with some of our regularly scheduled videos, so don't worry, you'll still get those. But what you'll get are some bonus videos which will feature what you see in front of you. So let me give you a quick story as to how this came about. So I was looking through my buttons as I was preparing to create another video in regards to just focusing on one type of button so that you guys can have some history about those buttons. You can see some examples of those. The feedback that I've gotten so far from those videos have been amazing. And right now I would like to take a moment to thank every brand new subscriber that we have, as well as thank every single person that watched the videos and left comments, those that sent me gifts or cards or whatever, or something from my Amazon wish list in the mail. I greatly appreciate that. And I do have a couple videos in regards to like some of the gifts that I received that will be coming up in the future. There's just a lot going on and I'm excited. I love having a lot to do. I love juggling multiple things. I still like things to be neat and orderly and have some level of quality, but what makes me happiest is when you guys respond. So thank you, thank you, thank you. And also to those that are new to the channel, I know some of you came over from Facebook. Oh, you just don't know how thankful I am for that. I was a member of many of those groups for years, and to see some of you guys give back the love, and on those channels I would also share knowledge, and now you're coming to this channel just to enjoy yourselves. I greatly appreciate it. Please share these videos. All you have to do is click the share option, and it will allow you to copy and paste a link, or it'll allow you to pick whatever form of social media that you use from the icons, and within seconds the video has been shared. So at the end of this video, or not near the end, but within this video, I am going to tell you how you can become the owner of one of the journals that you see in front of you, or one of the two that I am working on right now. Yes, I am working on two at the same time right now at this moment. Stop laughing. I mean, laugh, because it's me, but yeah, I am. So anyway, the reason that I got into this world and this is very recent, like over the last 3 weeks, is because I was, like I said, going through my buttons, preparing for that video, and I was sitting there saying to myself, I wish that there was a better way for me to display these versus something that's boring and usual and nothing special. Like for example, one of my ideas was going to be to use like coin folders to sort of display the buttons, because then you could see the back and you could see the front. But then I was like, then I'll just have a bunch of these still in a box or somewhere in these little holders. And then I thought about the 3-ring binder clear display holders that actually have these tiny little boxes that you could fit a dime in, or they could be large enough to fit a half of a sheet of 8x11.5 sheet of paper in them, and every size in between, even to full size pages. And I was like, every time I've looked through something like that, I kind of look at like a few pages and then I stop. So what I did is, in a Google search, I typed in odd, unique, strange journal ideas. Yes, you guys, I typed that into a Google search, and what came up was, and I think it came up as the #1 option, was junk journals. So I began to watch a lot of videos on junk journaling. And honestly, what it reminded me of is something that we did when we were young. We were teenagers. I would say young teenagers up through maybe my earliest 20s. We would go to lots of rock and roll concerts, R&B concerts, funk concerts, and of course the movies were actually getting to be more of a thing, I guess I'll say, but movies have always been a thing. But at that point, I really like the old movies, like the old musical movies from like the 1930s, 40s, 50s, 60s. And I finally started getting into more modern movies. So what we would do is keep, like, back then you could actually easily get movie posters from the movie theaters. You could get lobby cards. Of course, you had your movie stub, ticket stub, and stuff like that. And in other places that we went or traveled to, like theme parks, whatever. And what we would do with those items is we would simply use a notebook and we would basically paste those items into our notebooks. So junk journaling kind of reminded me of that. The only difference is occasionally they would add pockets. Different types of pockets, of course. And I also noticed that what they would do a lot was they would take paper and make things that were actually brand new, and then they would like use this inking stuff around the edges to try to make it look older, or soak it in coffee or tea, which must smell beautiful when you open those books. Or other methods, you know, for aging. And I really honestly did not really want to get into doing all of that. So I took all of the ideas that I had as a human being, plus those that others were sharing in their videos, and I came up with a method of junk journaling, which is going to be different, unique, obviously, to most others. And I also needed to incorporate my number one passion. Okay, it's probably on my list. I have like 10 number ones, so it's on my list of 10 number one passions, which are buttons, as you guys know. And I do have some button haul videos coming up, so please stay tuned for those in the future. And what I wanted to do is find a unique way to display these buttons, because as you guys know, one of my favorite ways right now, or has been for the last several years, was to use Ferrero Rocher candy boxes, which are made of lucite, and then inside there's an insert, and the insert, of course, is for all the individual yummy little hazelnut chocolate covered wafer candy balls to go into. And once you consume the delicious delights, you're left with these beautiful trays or boxes. And that was where I got my idea to use those for storing my favorite buttons. And what I do, which is super easy because you could see through the boxes, is I label each one. So, for example, if you have 4 boxes of beautiful black beauty buttons, you have to pull out all 4 boxes, and then within the box you have the little candy holders trays, which has a little individual section for each candy, and within each section I might have like 5 buttons, or I could have 10 buttons. So now I have to go fingering through all of these buttons to find what I wanted. So what I decided to do is to take a bunch of ideas, put them together, and I ended up creating junk button journal books. Or you could use these as memory books. For example, this one right here is my own journal. So I created this as a journal, as a memory book. So I have tickets in here, I have pictures, I have things our daughter made for us when she was 2 or 22. I have, you know, all sorts of things are in here, and you can see I used these game tiles from Scrabble to put my name on the book. And so and yes, I don't think you could see it in this picture, so I'll go up a little bit. Feathers. I did not defeather any birds, nor did we or I purchase any feathers. We actually get these from our woods and our yard, from our flocks. I believe we have now 4 flocks of turkey that go through, and they're different types of turkey. So I actually have 2 different types of feathers here, but we also have hawks, we have falcon and other birds, owls, obviously other birds of prey. And they also have gorgeous feathers, and we collect them when we see them. And so these books are honestly just made from a bevy of materials. And some of them are definitely not materials that other people use. A lot of junk journalists, creators out there are creating their own materials from brand new materials. One of the things that I wanted to do is try to be a little bit different, as I said before. And so what I've done in these is, and I have like a small example of items here on this desk in front of you, of things that I've used in these journals or haven't used in the journals, but will use in the journals. And so one of the things that will be coming up are tours of these journals, as well as the others that I am working on. And technically I've made 5 complete ones so far. One was a gift for someone for their law school graduation, and therefore it is not on the table. I can hear the dog walking, so I'm afraid she's going to bark. So I'm closing the door to see if I can hold her off for a few minutes. And so what'll happen though in the very, very next video that you'll see coming up for me will be a tour, a complete tour of the button journal that you see right here in front of you. And yes, there are dozens upon dozens upon dozens of buttons in this journal. However, and yes, you will see them, and I will even point out what they are to you, but we're not going to touch and pick up every single button and turn it around and look at it that way. But you will get a good lesson on some of the varieties of buttons that are out there in just a quick look. And also, this journal is not full of buttons yet. I just started filling it with buttons. And remember, I started on this adventure just a few weeks ago, and I've created 5 journals, plus I have 2 that I'm working on right now. So yes, a lot of journal creation action has been going on, and I really honestly hate using the word journal for these because they're not just journals, they're like a lookbook, they're memory books, but there are lots of areas within them where you can do journaling. So if you wanted to journal, or if you just wanted to make notes, for example, in my button book, you'll see that I have notes about buttons in it, whereas I used to have those in a completely separate notebook. I had, things I had cut out or people had sent me, and they were all like just stuffed within this book. Now everything has a home, and I am creating an even larger button journal coming up. It's one of the others that I'm working on right now of the 2. And so one of the things I'm going to do, just to encourage you guys, hopefully to get some ideas of your own and to mostly say thank you, thank you, thank you for all of your support. It's greatly appreciated. Is I am going to give away 1 or 2 journals, definitely giving away 1. And if the other one is completed in time, I will be giving away 2 journals at the same time. If not, the second journal will be given away at a later date. So all you have to do to enter to become the new caretaker owner of one of these journals is simply leave a comment down below in any of my videos from today until August 10th. And there's a reason why August 10th is the date that I am picking, and you'll learn more about that in the future. So from now until August 10th, you will have an opportunity to have multiple entries into winning one, or not winning, but becoming the owner of one of these journals. And by then, so I'm right now going to go out there and say, yes, I'm giving away 2, because by then I should have definitely multiple journals completed beyond the 2 I'm working on. So I'm giving away 2 journals. Yay! I'm so happy. I love it when I can increase things on the fly like that. And the other thing that you have to do besides watching the videos, of course, is leave your comment. And your comment can be a single word. It can be an emoji. It could be a paragraph. You can copy and paste the same message into all the videos that you watch. I am not going to be picky about that. Also, give the video a thumbs up and put this wording in each of your comments. It's the hashtag sign, which is the number sign, the Velvet Lounge Life. So hashtag the Velvet Lounge Life. So that's all you have to do. Watch a video, give it a thumbs up, hashtag the Velvet Lounge Life in the comments area with whatever other additional comment you want to leave. And that I will pay the postage. There's nothing you need to do. It's free to subscribe to our channel. So yes, you should be a subscriber. So click the subscribe button. It costs you nothing ever. And that's it. And also look at the description of this video if you want to see like the complete details. I just gave you them, but just in case you want to read them, they will be in the description. And you know what? I'll be a good example. I'll put them in the comments area as well. So every time you watch a video, that's an entry. So if you watch 10 of our videos, that's 10 entries. And they could be old videos or new, as long as they're dated today up through August 10th. So the next video coming up will be a tour, as I promised, of this journal right here. And eventually there will be tours of the other journals as well. And of course, I'll complete my other 2 journals and give you tours of those. And these videos will be in addition to our normal videos that we have out there. They'll be mixed in with all of those. So for everyone that's here for gardening, no worries. That's an active thing. And wow, do we have progress for you. For those that are here for eBay, reselling, entrepreneurial type information, I have so many updates for you on that, as well as I will be showing you some of the items that sold or that we sold. In addition, you of course have our famous button videos, and those are always coming your way. And I have several haul videos coming from where we went to one of the largest, I believe it's the second largest flea market in New England, and got some really cool things there. And yes, buttons are also included. And I also had gifts that were sent to me of buttons, bits, and bobs that I also want to show you guys as well. So there's a lot coming, and a lot has been scheduled. So please stay with us. And if you don't want to miss anything, just hit subscribe, hit that little notification bell, and you will always be in the know. We are putting out videos now about once a week and sometimes twice a week. I was doing it twice a week, and now I've kind of gone to once a week just because this is our busy season. And I want to make sure that I put something out that makes sense and that you'll enjoy versus something that's super rushed and doesn't make any sense, or I'm unhappy with the quality of it myself. So thank you guys so much for tuning in to the Velvet Lounge Life. Remember that your health is your wealth, and without your health, You have absolutely nothing. So please, please, please take care of yourselves. And remember, enjoy your day.